Welcome, my constant reader friends. I'm Tad, and this is Tad Reads Books and Stuff. Oh, I had to wear my toque today. It's a little cold down here in Florida. So, what are we doing today? Well, I promised that I was going to do a review, an update of Babylon's Ashes, Book 6 in the Expanse series, and that's what we're going to do, but let's get some updates out of the way real quick. Yes, I've started my journey this year of reading the compilation, short story compilation novels of Stephen King. We're starting with Night Shift. Please, I did start a Discord channel. A couple of you have joined. Thank you very much. We're going to be going through this book first. And I've just read the first short story in here, which is Jerusalem's Lot. And I'll make some updates as we read each story on that Discord channel. Night Shift. This one. I'm still reading it. I don't know what the problem is. Oh my gosh. Crooked Kingdom. Lee Bardugo. Of course, the second book in the duology. Six of Crows was the first book. I'm just reading this very slowly. I do know why, because I'm reading multiple books right now. And just, a spoiler, I'm digging it. I'm really liking this book. Maybe that's why I'm reading it so slowly. I really like this world. And I love the way she writes. I've heard some other mixed reviews of some of her other books, but I'm really liking this. We'll get this done one day. And one of the reasons why is because I did start reading this as well. Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I'm pretty good into this book. I'm like 400 pages. I just started reading it, and I'm just reading it faster, I guess. I don't know why. We'll talk about this book when I get it done. No spoilers or anything right now. But I do have a couple hundred pages left on Children of Time. All right, so let's get to why we're here. Babylon's Ashes. Of course, James S.A. Corey, Book 6 in the Expanse series that I started read along with on Moid on his channel. Thankfully, I'm still at it. We are on Book 6. Only 3 more left to go. Let's get the numbers out of the way. So, Book 6, the Expanse series. It was originally published in December of 2016, so what are we looking at, like 6 years ago? My version, this one, has 536 pages, and on Goodreads right now it is a 4.24. Not bad. Anything over 4, I think, on Goodreads at least, is a pretty good score. Okay, so what is this book? Yeah, I think it's kind of like the culmination of a duology that started with the last book, Book 5, Nemesis Games. Now, this one, of course, has James Holden and his intrepid crew of the Rocinante. Now, of course, including Peaches and Bobby. Yes, I love me some Bobby. I love Bobby, one of my favorite characters. Now, this book, though, does introduce even more characters. I have seen some people complain about that. I dig it. I flat out, I'm going to tell you right now, I really like this book. We're going to talk about, I think, my overall feelings of the series to date. But first, let's get this out of the way. Basically, the Rocinante now is working for the New Alliance. And that's really an alliance between Mars, Earth, what's remaining of Earth, and what's remaining of Fred Johnson's OPA. That are still, with him, haven't broken off. Of course, our nemesis is Marco and the Free Navy, which are the Belters that Marco has trying to, You know, the problem with Marco is he's your classic narcissist. Anything he does, he's got an excuse for. If he makes a mistake, it's not his mistake, it's somebody else's mistake. You know, he is the only one that can make these decisions to improve the universe and you know, bring the Belters out of their dungeon that he believes they are in. And I mean, rightly so. I understand that. But he is just like a lot of these narcissistic leaders, has gone over the edge and just gone too far. And he's never wrong, you know, even to the extent of denigrating his son Philip and anybody else that are, you know, that are looking for him to be the new leader. Anyways, I really didn't even write down a lot about this book because I don't want to give a lot of it away. If you haven't read it or haven't seen the television series, this I think is a really important book. Let me just say now, oh geez, we are going to talk about the short story that kind of goes with it. But first, I think what I want to do is kind of give you my feelings on the series so far. After 6 books, we got 3 left. And I don't know, maybe it'll give you, you know, some type of degree of decision making if you want to read this series or not. It is very long. It's 9 books plus a whole novel full of short stories as well. And, or should, you know, a lot of people were just going to go ahead and watch the TV series, or maybe not even that. I think the TV series was very well done. I think the TV series kind of goes with what I'm going to say next about the series as a whole. So let's start. When I started this series, of course, I started with book 1, Leviathan Wakes. And I got to be honest, I loved it. I loved the pacing. I loved the characters, the world building. It was, again, it was a fast pace. It was interesting. It was something new for me. It wasn't overly scientific. But it was, at least you could, you know, do that suspension of reality with this and get into it as a sci-fi, a science fiction novel. And I enjoyed the hell out of it. I really liked it. And I was now, finally, after reading the first book, I said, yeah, we're going to continue. This is awesome. So book 1 was great. Then we got into book 2, Caliban's War. Caliban's War was a definite drop-off for me from the first novel, Leviathan Wakes. Still, you know, still developing the universe, which was cool. Still developing some of these characters, which was fine. I just thought the pacing and the story was kind of denigrating a little bit, kind of falling off a little bit. And it made me a little bit nervous moving ahead, but still, you know, a decent story. The second one, sometimes in a trilogy or a series, can do that. I've noticed that a lot. So, still fine. I'm going to continue with the series. So we move on to book 3, and book 3 is Abaddon's Gate. Yeah, oh man, just a continuation of this downhill slide. I didn't really like this book at all. I thought, oh, here we go. You know, we're dropping off. The pacing slowed down a little bit for me. Introducing some new characters, losing some older characters that I really enjoyed, but still trying to keep them alive in the story. I don't know, I thought they were losing their way a little bit. Made me very nervous, book 3. But I made this commitment. I am a completionist. I'm going to forge ahead. All right, so we go on to book 4, of course. Cibola Burn, and again, not very satisfying. The only caveat I have for book 4 was it wasn't worse than book 3. It leveled out, so I was like, ugh. Come on, baby, bring it back. Let's see what happens. I had heard and read ahead a little bit that book 5 was great and that people love book 5. Some people will say book 5 was their favorite of the series. So, you know, I'm holding on by you know, the tips of my fingers right now, because I really this. I mean, it leveled out, but nothing special for me. I was very well in the doldrums about this series at this point, 4 books in, and you know, really, I've got 5 more books to go. Whew, I don't know, but I went ahead. Book 5, Nemesis Games. Yes, thank you, Nemesis Games. I didn't love Nemesis Games, but yes, it didn't lose anything. And by the end of the book, it had started its upward tick for me. Again, a lot of people really love this book. The Goodreads rating on this book is 4.43, which is higher than Babylon's Ashes. And thank God. I mean, it really started. I mean, we now have this conflict with Marco developing. We can see this maybe war coming. And what are they going to do? What are these factions going to do? Are they going to come together? Is the new alliance going to actually put their feelings aside, at least for the time being, right? And deal with this problem, this free navy problem that Marco is, you know, he pretty much destroys Earth, right? And this whole thing with, you know, Naomi and their son together, Philippe, is I felt it was interesting. I am loving the Bobby and Alex friendship, partnership. Like I said, I love Bobby. Alex is cool. Maybe a little cardboard-ish, but I like their relationship. I kind of wish they were going to hook up and get together, but that was really not realistic, and I'm glad that they don't do it in the series in the long run. But I liked all that. Avasarala, of course, is amazing, and I love anytime she steps into the spotlight. And so this was definitely an uptick for me and gave me more encouragement to press on through this 9-book series. And of course, then we're at where we are now, Babylon's Ashes. And I loved it. I really did. I can't give a lot of it away because this could be the end of the series. If they wanted to end the series by the end of this book, at this point, they could do so. I'm not going to say that it, you know, was an amazing, it would have been an amazing ending, you know, they stuck the landing, but it was satisfactory. I think they could have stopped here. I'm curious on what happens next. We still got 3 more books. We've got a whole nother trilogy, and these aren't, you know, skimpy books. I'm really curious to see what happens next with this series. So I'm over the moon right now because I'm so happy with this book, and now I've got more energy to complete, you know, the next 3 books. Let's go ahead and talk real quick. Memories Legion. We read the short story that is with this time period called Strange Dogs. Now this, if you've watched the TV series, This story, well, pretty much I think all these stories are in the TV series to an extent or another, which is cool, is interesting. But this Strange Dogs is one of my favorites. It's a little strange. I mean, if you really just sit there and watch it, you know what it is? It's Pet Cemetery. It's what it is. Let's be honest. It's a horror. Now, I've read where the authors were kind of trying to do different genres in each book. You've got a detective, series, a whodunit. You've got, a military war. You've got almost like a Western, type. This is horror. It's a cool horror story on another planet. Brings back, the importance of the proto-molecule and these other aliens, or this other alien, what are they? Aliens, technology, new worlds, because now we're going through the gates, we're exploring, we're setting up new habitats on new worlds, and everything is different there. For instance, they our systems can't handle they're eating the animals that are on that planet. What am I trying to say? That we can't just live off the planet. We still have to not terraform it. It's livable, but we have to introduce now our types of plants and foods into this system. We just can't, eat their animals. And their animals are intellectually different than, of course, us. And it's really cool. Absolutely, if you are reading this series, you must get Memories Legion and read the short stories as you go through it. It's cool. I don't know what else to say about it. I really dug it. One of my favorite short stories so far in this universe. All right, guys. So, of course, where is it? Next, we're going to be going to book 7 this month. I can't even say that. Persepolis Rising. Now I can't wait. I'm energized again. I'm going to be able to go ahead and continue with this huge series, but I am thankful that I did start reading it. All right, guys. So please go to I'm going to put the links down in the comment section below for my Discord channel. Please go and visit the Discord channel. There's a general area. We can just talk about anything you'd like. That's cool. And we will be talking, of course, about Night Shift. And I also started an Instagram page. Yeah. I don't want to overtax myself, but I mean, it's just quick things. I'm going to take a picture of, what I'm reading and stuff like that. So I do have an Instagram page called Tad Reads Books. Tad Reads Books Stuff. They don't let you put the N in whatever. But anyways, I'm going to be doing some quick updates of what I'm reading on Instagram. I will put that link in the comments as well. And I hope you all are having a great new year already. My next video, I'm going to do my top 10 for 2022. We'll see how that goes. I've been watching all your guys' videos on your favorite reads of 2022, and they're awesome. I really enjoy it. But anyways, if you find any redeeming value in my videos, please like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, make comments, you know the jazz. And I really appreciate everything. Thank you very much. Peace out.